This is a, a quasi pragmatic view of the obvious when we get down to the end of it. But I want to share some stuff that's going on with you that you need to be aware of because it's impacting cattle growing industry, which is, we're dependent upon that unless you're a vegan. But if something comes to mind, if two vegans get into an argument, do you still call it a beef? I'm just, I don't know where that came from. Just turn it loose. Okay, so west of Phoenix, Arizona, we have the famed Palo Verde nuclear plant. We also have a rancher that has grazing allotments there just south of the plant for over 20 years. He's invested over $500,000 in infrastructure improvements, fencing, and roads and drinkers and ponds and what have you. That not only they benefit his livestock, but it also increases the habitat for wildlife that we work hard to preserve and to maintain. So the state of Arizona has deemed it. They are going to not renew his leases, and they're going to sell the land to a foreign corporation to put in. Okay, here's the rub, the second rub. A solar plant next door to a nuclear-fired electric generation station. Are you kidding me? What's going on? They're going to trash this guy's business. They're going to wreck his family's income. And the least they could do, which they haven't offered yet, and we're going to dive into this with both feet to see why they haven't offered compensation to this rancher and what the long and short of it is. We're going to let you know next week who the foreign corporation is. Right now, I believe I've located them. They're registered as a Georgia corporation. I believe they have a statutory agent in Delaware, which is all smoke and mirrors. Anyway, it's the way stuff is done in America. And conversely, we found another rancher up in the Holbrook area that is about to lose 10 sections. You can do the math, there's 640 acres in a section that his family has had since or before Arizona became a state. So what we're seeing up here is, I think this is a travesty. It's hurting the ranching community. Now, the ranchers are meeting at the Capitol building on the 17th. We'll have two of the ranchers that we're talking about in here on the studio on the 20th, and we're going to follow this through to a conclusion. I don't know that there's going to be a equitable solution or conclusion to this mess, but we're going to try to find out. And it's in comment period right now. And what I've learned doing what I do for as long as I've done it, once it goes to comment period, it's a done deal. To hell with what the comments say or mean. So that's it. Keep an eye on that. We're going to follow this through with some field interviews and in-studio interviews with the ranchers that are affected and try to get the take. Now, some of the congressional representatives have bills before the Senate. We're going to try to get one of the sponsoring congressmen in the studio to tell us about that. And that bill is simply, if you're a foreign entity, you will not buy any federal, state, or private lands in the state of Arizona unless you've been here for 5 years. Is that foolproof? No, it's not. This thing out in the Palo Verde area apparently was started in 2012. Do the math. This has been in the works for a long time. And we've seen other stuff in other parts of the country doing this. The bad part about a solar farm, the first thing they're going to do is the expanse. They're going to put up a 10-foot chain link fence, so the wildlife isn't going to come and go. They're not going to take care of the infrastructure, and it doesn't matter because there's not going to be any wildlife in there that survive to begin with. I'm suggesting that the wildlife and the livestock can coexist with a solar farm, and they don't have to lock everybody out. Yeah, we're fighting tooth and nail to keep Arizona lands open. State Land Department. They're doing better. They're under pressure by the Game and Fish Department. I don't know where the governor is in it. We've got a governor that's termed out. He's not doing a damn thing on the borders worthwhile, in my opinion, to curb the influx, the invasion into the state of Arizona. So sooner we get rid of him, the better off we're going to be, depending on who we get to replace him. Sometimes doing nothing is better than doing something if it's the wrong thing. So anyway, stay with us on this. We're going to follow it up. Oh, by the way, there's a new term, lost hikers. I heard it yesterday that Maricopa County sheriff's officers, sheriff's deputies, if you will, can't use the term illegal aliens, UDAs, none of this, none of that. They have to refer to these folks that are sneaking across the border as lost hikers. Lost hikers. Another WTF moment. Thank you, Sheriff Penzone. I'm Don McDowell, huntingfishing.com. Push back, push back, push